Boy, I'm struggling, boy. I gotta stop taking videos of me struggling.
Well, I played a game of 21 with my son. Woo! It was over. Oh my God.
You know when you used to have energy all day when we was younger?
Man, I remember me and Chris used to play a game 21 back to back.
Back in the day, we used to go all day.
All day long, me with my brother shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Just Acting Up Show. I'm your host, Joffrey. We in this thing, man. It's May. Well, right now it's April, but the show posts on Tuesday, which will be May. Chris, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
What's going on? Guess who has an NFL team again? Because I ain't have one last year. I got one this year.
You had one last year. You just wasn't claiming it now.
What are you talking about? There was no football happening last year.
No, it was a whole lot of football happening last year. It just wasn't none on 16 Kirby. Anyway, hey, what's going on, people?
We got Mike up in there, man. What's up, Mike?
Mike is here. Yeah. Football is back, y'all.
Man, was it football's back? Still a nation. Man, so of course, NFL draft fallout. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into some more breaking news. Shows has been canceled, shows have started. Ozark, CW shows, Netflix shows, all that and more. And don't forget, we gonna have what? Just Acting Up. Who gets the award today? All that and more, Just Acting Up show. Y'all stay locked in. There it is. Hey, there it is.
You went to the metaverse.
I probably did. I came back for a little bit. I ain't like what I saw. I had to come back, man. I saw something I shouldn't have seen. Oh, man. Besides the tech issues, ladies and gentlemen, what we need you to do so you don't have, I mean, come on now. Y'all know what it is. Don't act like you've been there before. Wow.
I like you got some sense.
Yeah.
I like you got some sense.
Act like you got some sense.
Like you entertained, don't you?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not? You know, we got some great guests coming up, man. Y'all gonna lock in, tune in, subscribe to this channel, tell your friends so they can tell their friends, so we can all come and be friends, but keep your distance because it's still a pandemic out there. But besides all that, let's get into this news real quick. We're gonna get into the NFL draft news real quick, but this is just something that I had to look at. Something that's going on over there in Austin. Yes, that's right. Texas, Austin. As Austin votes on Stephen A. Smith, the criminalization. I stumbled, but I got that right. The criminalization. This Texas city could be next, man. With no immediate path to expand marijuana access at the statewide level, Texas advocates are taking the decriminalization fight to local governments. Wow. Man.
Yeah.
This
Willie Nelson will be happy about that.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, if you know, you know. I mean, absolutely. I can see Austin. That happening for Austin. Austin is going to be the new California 2.0. That's going to happen soon. Yeah. I just visited Austin. The whole vibe there is totally different from any other city that I have been to. San Antonio is surprising too. So they all up there in the same, you know. But yeah, absolutely. If we gonna come to any city in Texas, first it's gonna be in Austin.
Austin has always been that artsy city of Texas. So that's why South by Southwest and all the festivals and stuff are there. They're like that. They're like what LA is to California, that's what Austin is to Texas.
Yep.
True, man. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, and I'm pretty sure all my weed head friends keep an eye on that as well too. They gonna let you know. Trust me, They gonna let you know.
They
So
ain't gonna let you know because they're already getting high. This is for the folks that don't get high because we scared of laws.
Look, if they do pass it, don't y'all go out there acting a goddamn fool. That don't mean your employer is gonna say, "Let me go get high before I go to work." No, you can still get fired by your employers and stuff.
Yes.
Man, I can't smoke that. Those drug tests, that job won't fire me. I can't smoke that.
Get that job. Get that job. Okay.
Real weed heads know how to work around that. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, man. So let's get into this other news real quick. So, of course, the NBA playoffs is going on right now. So the second round is getting ready to start. It's starting right now. Like I said, we record on Saturday, and this show posts on Tuesday. So I got to acknowledge Chris Paul, CP3. That boy just couldn't miss in that closeout game. That was filthy. That was disgusting.
14. Whew.
And I got to stop right there because I'm going to get mad because James Harden was the one who talked them out, or I don't know who talked them out, who told him to get rid of Chris Paul and bring in Russell Westbrook. He's very talented, but Chris Paul is Chris Paul. So, yeah, NBA playoffs, man. Y'all stay locked in.
There's a whole lot of drama, too, because that John Morant, woo. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that dunk. I would just retire if I was that person that got dunked on. I was just like, you know what? I quit. I'm done. I retired from NBA official today.
I got a crown. I got a bad.
That's gonna live on for the rest of that man's career.
Yes.
So every time they talk about the highlights of Jay Morant, we're gonna see you.
Yeah. And now James Harden is gonna be tested. Old booty club James. He's gonna be tested because they moving on to Miami. But without Joel Embiid, he has an orbital fracture. He got hit in the eye, in the face. Yeah. So it's all up to old James.
Mm-hmm.
He is in Miami, so Miami, get ready, Miami. Ooh. Man, they said when he was in Houston, he threw $1 million. He threw $1 million in Houston.
I believe it.
Good Lord.
I believe it because you remember when he got that Reebok deal, was Reebok? I think it was Reebok deal, I think. Mm-hmm. His own shoes, and then he was getting them endorsements and everything else. Harden was
just him alone was fun in the Houston area strip club. For them remember when he left and they said they was gonna miss him and they threw him a big thank you. Wait, what?
They retired the man jersey at the strip clubs, bro.
Man,
that man's legendary.
That's why he came in. He's spending his time not focused. He focused, but doing the wrong thing.
Hey, he going to Miami to take his talent down South Beach.
But yeah, man. Speaking of not this James, but James Harden, and they know what they gonna do. He gonna go into the sunken place when he go to Miami. They gonna just send them people to his hotel or something, man. So. Yeah, man, it's gonna be rough for that boy. So, but anyways, yeah, playoffs. Y'all stay tuned, stay locked in as we cover that. So, without further ado, let's get to the main event of this segment right here.
You know, I like say that.
I let y'all go ahead on and have y'all moment.
So happy
because it's been so long for y'all to feel, somewhat of a team. But I'm gonna let y'all have y'all moment.
Let us please, because we hadn't had a draft pick in the first round in a long time, and we got 2 this year. We drafted Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback from LSU, which is much needed by the Texans because, of course, last year we were the second most yards per game. Our cornerbacks allowed 8.3 yards per attempt. And so. We needed our secondary is definitely taking a upgrade this year. Then we also got in the first round. We got somebody to protect the quarterback, Kenny Green, local from Humble, Atascocita area. He went to Texas A&M. He's a guard. He's one of those guards. He can play guard, tackle. So he's something serious, So versatile. So, and that's just our first 2 picks.
Yeah, man, I'm looking at it right now. Christian Harris and what else? John Mechie, third
as well. So, yeah. Jalen Petrie, also the safety from Baylor.
Yeah. So, Great draft, great draft. But like me, myself, Chris, and Mike, we all talked about it. We say, of course, you can pick these great picks, but it's all going, we're gonna see how you do when you get on the field. So, I stand by what I said last week, gentlemen. That you have been drafted, your life can change forever. Make sure you get yourself a shrink. Make sure you get yourself a financial coach. Make sure you get therapy coach, all of that. Take care of your health, your mental first. We as football fans, we ready to see you go out there and ball out. But that mental, that matters most.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys are happy, but let's go back to a real.
You know what? I think the segment is over with. James,
a real football team they drafted. Them old Pittsburgh Steelers, they came through. They listened to their hearts, and they listened to their hearts and listened to their minds. They was in connect with the people and the organization. We drafted a quarterback. We have not drafted a quarterback since 2000. Woo!
Say that again.
2000. Man,
Cash money records take it over.
Lord have mercy. I mean, I may be wrong, but Jesus Christ. But anyway, Kenny Pickett, quarterback, Pittsburgh, from the University of Pittsburgh. And man, the dude got wheels. He can run. He got a little bit of throwing here. A lot of people are speculating on his throwing game, but hey, man, he's a mobile quarterback. We haven't had that in years, or probably at all. The thing is, they was gonna pick him because they was familiar with him, and it's crazy that the Pittsburgh Steelers practice facility and the University of Pitts, they connected with each other, so they seen him develop. Then also too, they didn't want the same thing to happen many years ago. You know who else graduated from University of Pitts that we could have picked up, but we passed?
Who?
Dan Marino. We could have got Dan Marino. We passed on Dan Marino. So the Rooney family is not going to let that, go through again, because it was Terry Bradshaw. Then from Terry Bradshaw, we didn't have nobody until Ben Roethlisberger. So Lord, in between that time, it was hell, boy. But yeah. Shout out to Charlie Batch and all them. But hey, what it is. But yeah, we got a quarterback, and then we got Georgia Pickles from the Georgia Bulldogs. He got into a car accident. He had ACL injury due to that, but they did win the national championship. And then we got a D-line from Texas, A&M, Damaris Lee. Damaris Lee. I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, but hey, man, I'm happy we got a quarterback. Shout out to all those other two of those guys, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna do well. But Lord, we got a quarterback. So
yeah, I thought y'all was gonna. I really wanted y'all to get Malik Willis though. I thought that would have been. I feel like he has those intangibles. I feel like he's like a talent wise now, y'all. Deshaun Vick type, talent wise, and I thought he would have been good, but he actually fell all the way to the third round. That quarterback.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna say why some people say that happened, but hey, it is what it is. I'm just always a little weary of when they say pro ready quarterbacks, because whenever they say pro ready, they come be pro trash. But hopefully that don't happen with y'all.
I hope it doesn't either. But hey, man, like I said, you're only gonna find out when you get that. Once upon a time, there was a guy that was drafted 199th overall. And you see how that turned out.
You don't want to
people made some mistakes, boy.
Didn't they?
Want to quit? Like he still got the chip on his shoulder. I'm like, God, dog, just let somebody else get a chance. No,
boy, he been punishing the NFL
for quite some time, hasn't he?
Tom Brady, that happened many moons ago. Please let that go. Let that go.
He's like, I'm gonna leave. And he's like, no, I'm back. I'm coming back.
Yeah, I'm back now. Because he could be sitting, he can drive around, and he can see gas prices $1.99. You know what? That's what they picked me. I'm gonna turn this car around now. I'm going back. And another thing.
Like, dang, boy. Yeah, man. So did your team do good in the draft? Comment below, man. We want to hear these comments. But when football season come around, we're gonna be talking a whole lot of mess. Trust me, we're gonna be trash talking for real.
Oh, yeah.
for a little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get into the Critics Corner. We're going to talk about some breaking news. We're going to talk about some shows that are out and some shows that got the axe. Y'all stay locked in. Just Acting Up Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the Critics Corner, and you already know what it is. Like I said earlier, act like you've been somewhere, because you've been somewhere. You've been here, you've been watching, you've been posting. Well, we've been posting, we've been watching. I'm about to freestyle, but I can't freestyle. I can't go off top of the dome and the brain. Subscribe to Joffa's VIP room. Bars.
That's
But
right.
I really want you to subscribe. Like in real life, we really need you to subscribe.
we really need to. We need you to make that happen for us, please.
Yeah, man. So yeah, go ahead. Joffa's VIP room, where I go into a more detailed analysis of breaking news, Hollywood news from film and TV. Joffa's VIP room, just like this show. So, I mean, it's simple. We go hand in hand with both. Might as well go ahead and
like a double
all right,
feature.
let's stop playing.
Or what's they call it, like crossover event. Like
Ooh,
NBC, like the Law and Order crossover. You got the VIP, the Just Acting Up show, and the Joffa's VIP.
mm-hmm. I'm sorry. It was a Law and Order, and I thought of thinking of the two. Oh man, so let's go ahead and get into this real quick. So, of course, we're gonna go ahead and start off with this. Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. We've been talking about it for the past couple of weeks, and it's getting ready to drop next week. Well, this week. Let's go ahead and say this week, because I said we record the show Saturday mornings, and it's Tuesday now. And they just wrapped up the red carpet showing. So keep in mind to be careful of spoilers, ladies and gentlemen. I know they did release the trailer, the last final trailer, and it showed some things. And people are saying that's not really a spoiler because we know that was going to happen. But still, treat it like it didn't happen.
I didn't.
Just because you seen it don't mean everybody else want to know that you seen it.
I did not know that all of that was going to happen. That I would have been fine with the other. Why do they keep coming out with trailer 1, trailer 2, and now the final trailer? You might as well drop the whole movie now.
I ain't watched the final trailer.
I didn't want, bro. I'm trying not to. It's all on my timeline, and I got sucked into it, and then I heard. Oh, never mind. Hold my peace. As soon as I saw that, I said, "Come on, Disney." Scroll up. I had to scroll up on that. But like I told y'all before, Disney is clever.
Mm-hmm.
Disney is very clever. What you think is going to happen, that's not going to happen. That's not going to be in there. I'm telling you. So don't go. Exactly. Like I said with Spider-Man, they probably spend like millions on throwing people off versus what really happens in the movie. Okay? So everyone that thinks that they know, you probably don't, because Disney crossover game is deadly.
Ain't it? Straight up, man. So yeah, man. So y'all, be careful out there, man. So I gotta say, be careful, like y'all.
like that's violence is amongst y'all. Be careful out there now.
Y'all be careful out there. Okay, man. Damn. Oh man, straight up, man. So with that being said, let's get into some more news. So Ozark, it's out already, man. Did y'all binge watch over the weekends? I gotta go ahead and watch. I only watch one episode, but like I said, I gotta go ahead and I'm about to binge watch it. So by the time this show airs, I will finish the whole shindig, the whole shebang, man. I gotta sit back and look at it. I'm just marveling at how
over where we have came.
Yes.
So far.
Marty Bird. As cool, calm, and collected as he is.
Big Marty.
Yeah.
It's stressful being Marty Bird.
It is. But he handles it so well. I would have lost my religion, found it, and lost it again if I was
in season 1. It's been a short season. Oh, damn.
My wife would not co-sign for none of that activity. She would have been gone.
Man, straight up, man. So Ozark is out. Y'all make sure y'all watch it and check it out. And let us know, man. It's tense like that. It's just I'm glad I'm glad I'm not in this game. I like my simple life. I mean, there's some things I want to change, of course, but I'm glad I don't got to live like a stress life like that. I don't want that type of stress. I don't want
Yeah. Pressure. You talking about pressure? Pressure.
I tell everybody all the time, my hair already gone. I ain't trying to lose my mind. So,
well, let's say Marty Bird is probably one of the greatest accountants and money launderers in history that I've seen on TV.
Yeah.
He be putting out some impossible stuff. We need a whole casino. Wait, what? Yeah. Like by next week, and then
yeah, exactly. They got one hell of a time. They timeline. They make their timeline. They own it. Like we need a whole casino on the river by next week, and we need the gambling commission to pass it by next week.
They had me rolling on the first half of this current season where they he said, I want you to launder me, a person, a whole drug kingpin out here. And they almost pulled it off. Hot dog FBI.
I know, right? Yeah, washing him clean.
Straight up, man. So let's get into some more news, man. So these shows have been canceled. Maybe they were your favorites, maybe they weren't. The CW's Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow. First, let's start with Batwoman. Of course, we know from the first season, Ruby Rose, she exited after, whatever happened transpired. I'm not on that set. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Then the next character came in. She took on the mantle as Batwoman, and I was hearing great things about it. And for me personally, I kind of give shows a bit of time sometimes to build up their seasons because I hate to get invested into these shows and they just cancel.
Yeah.
Like Raising Dion, for example. I was on the,
yeah. I don't know. I know as far as Batwoman, because I watched that series and so there was a lot of controversy around the change but then they replaced Ruby Rose with Vachel Leslie. That was her name.
There you go. That's her name. Yeah.
Vachel Leslie. And she did a pretty good job, but felt like something was always missing from it though. It felt like, I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know if it was just, I don't know if the CW really fully supported it or what, but it just felt like something was it didn't have something.
Something was missing. Yeah.
Catch me up to speed. What happened to Ruby Rose?
Well, it's speculations on both sides. Well, I don't know the full thing of what happened, but people have their speculations, of course. Yeah. Saying that it was an unsafe work environment, mentally and physically. A lot of stuff happened.
Yeah, she was like break her back or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Ooh. And then they followed up and said, no, she didn't do that. I'm like,
she's from Australia, and then when COVID happened, she didn't come back, and
yeah,
so it was just a whole deal. And then with Legends of Tomorrow, that should have been off air. I mean, it's one of those shows like it's there to watch. If it's there, it's just if you want to get first season, because I'm a little invested, I guess I'll go ahead and watch. But it was it's past this time. It's like
honestly, I only watched a couple of episodes of Arrow. Never watched The Flash. Never watched Smallville, Legends of Tomorrow, or Batgirl. But I will say this about DC, and where they stronghold in, even their movies can't even. They animated series, the animated movies, and they animated TV series. You can't. Marvel can't mess with that. Marvel cannot mess with that. Flashpoint was the best.
Yeah, you right. I agree on that. That animated series that they always have, or they standalone films and the animation.
Yeah,
they just can't miss.
They can't miss.
And I don't know who it is over there that, I mean, of course they want those people to stay over there, but I think they should get some of those people and bring them over here to the filming or to the television, because it just works. So
right,
we'll see what happens. We will see.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we will see.
I'm still scratching my head on the Raising Dion cancellation. I don't know why they canceled. I like that show. That was a good show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Netflix is notorious. They'll give you a season or two. Cancel. Like, why you
Then
cancel?
they just throw it away. My heart was broken. And we talked about that earlier. With Lovecraft Country. I saw one episode and I was hooked, and I'm like, damn, that's the show. That's the new show. But then I found out they canceled it. I have not watched not one episode.
Yeah,
just the first one, just the first episode. I haven't went back and saw the second one because I'm heartbroken. What's the point? What's the point? It's the same thing with the Punisher. The Punisher, man, I was done with the second episode, second season, and they said that's a wrap. But now it's back on Disney, but I don't know.
But that's why. That's for the Punisher. That's why, because the Disney deal went down.
Right.
That's why they canceled on Netflix.
Right.
Yeah, man. So I mean, we get invested in these shows, and they just give it to Axe. I'm like, dang, man, come on, man, you actually had a good one. Then we couldn't finish because I did that. But also in other news, the Fantastic Four director John Watts, as well as the Fast and the Furious director, trying to find his name, but they both stepped down from their respective roles as the directors for these upcoming films. Of course, Fast X, Fast 10, or whatever. That's Vin Diesel and them. From them, they were saying it was because of creative differences. Not sure if it was with Vin Diesel, but creative differences. So we don't know who's going to pick up the mantle as director for that. As well as for the Fantastic Four, John Watts. I'm not sure they started filming or what happens or what's going on, but he stepped down as well too, respectfully. So hasn't been anything shared of why he stepped down, but
it's probably one of those things where, with Fantastic Four, they can't afford to fail because they've already failed twice. If they don't get it right, it's gonna be bad. And then with Fast and Furious, maybe they want to take it back to actually being a realistic show a movie for the last. Maybe they don't want nobody hopping from a bridge to another bridge. This kind of grind. We was in space last time. Okay, that's cool. Let's bring it back down to reality.
Well, I don't know. They got Aquaman on there now, and then they said that damn rumor about the damn dinosaurs and Jurassic Park smash up. They said that was real. Some people said that was real.
Man, leave them dinosaurs alone, man. I swear, if I see Dominic Toretto,
maybe he'll show up in like the last scene in a scene in the Jurassic movie, like, hey, get in. Let's go. They're trying to run away from T-Rex or something. I don't.
Boy, don't let that, please, y'all. Don't do that. And people will go see it. People will go see it.
We invested in.
You're right, Chris. They're investing into it, and then also too, it's like, why not? Just why not?
It's bad, boy. It's pandemic though.
We've been in it since with Fast and Furious since early 2000s and Jurassic Park since the 90s. We got to see how it ends.
We got to see how it's all going to end. We got to, even if it don't end.
Law and Order, SVU with Mariska Hargitay, and what's the other dude? My buddy name.
Christopher Maloney.
Yeah, they started in 2000. Wrestling with The Rock and Stone Cold Triple H, when they were in their prime, that's when they started. When Cash Money Records under 99 for the 2000 that's when
they brought it back. That's when they started.
That's when doggone Fast and Furious.
I've invested 22 plus years. I'm gonna see how this ends.
Yeah, we gotta see how this gonna end itself out.
To me, my favorite ones were Fast 2 when Tyrese came in, and Fast 5. I think that's probably my hands down favorite one overall is Fast 5.
Yeah,
my favorite one was with The Rock.
Yeah,
when The Rock's character came, my favorite one was The Rock. But nobody remembers Tokyo Drift. Like,
you gotta forget it. Why are you bringing it
up? Nobody.
As lame as they looked in the last movie, that's why Bow Wow them. That's how lame that movie was. Like, It shouldn't even.
Boy, the boy Tokyo
Here
Drift.
at the here at the Just Acting Up show, we do not talk about other actors' crafts. It's just
that movie was
it's just the situations. Okay, I'm pretty sure Bow Wow.
They are good actors.
They are all good actors, but I'm
that
pretty
movie?
sure
Mm-mm.
that movie wasn't the one.
It was so bad they had to, because Fast and Furious actually was done after 2, then they did 3, and that movie was so bad. You're like, you know what? we need to bring it back because we can't let the series go down like that. And that's
Tokyo Drift wasn't the one. They even had to go back to prelude, like, yes, Dom was there.
Yeah, they made a prequel.
Oh, Dom was there. Yeah, Dom was there. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Dom was there.
Yeah, Toretto was there. What about the Asian guy? He passed away. No, he didn't pass away. Oh man. Okay, all right. What's
now I see Giselle come back in the next one. I'm like, how, Sway?
How?
She fell on the tarmac on the like how could she come?
They still didn't explain about. Yes, they did. They did with the new one. They did.
Lady back, all of everybody back.
But that was still like far-fetched a little bit.
It was.
I guess nobody in the Toretto gang dies. Just
like how did he? I don't know. Now I think about it though. How did Han come back when in the movie we see him in the car flips, catches on fire, and the boy put bullets in whoever was in the car.
That is true.
Now, in the last movie, they said he got pulled out by the agent before he did all that. I'm like, how is he Flash? Was he able to?
How fast you got to be
so fast?
That's what I'm saying. Nobody, but here's the deal: nobody in the Toretto gang, Dom's gang, don't die. Just like that shirt, don't get no stain on it. And there you go.
Oh man, too classic, man. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, last few things before we close the segment out. I went to go see The Bad Guys with my little girl, little cartoon movie, Fox and everything. That's her right now. Y'all hear in the background because she excited. Cause I said that. She got excited. Cause I said, well, that cartoon is out, The Bad Guys. And breaking news: Sonic the Hedgehog is now one of the highest paid video game films to date.
That's
a
good.
Blue hedgehog, a red echidna, and a fox with 2 tails. Beat all these other video game movies.
And still holding strong until next week. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But that's good though, because there's some good stories in these video game movies.
Yeah.
It's just it just hit different when it hits on TV and film.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they should just do the video games on TV shows because it's so much. Us as gamers, we invested so much time into these video games, and so many things you got to do and hit to where everybody can feel satisfied with it. Just hopefully, The Last of Us, when it comes out, hopefully, it's going to be a series. Hopefully, but we'll see.
The Last of Us in its own right is a movie already. Like literally, like you don't even have to play the game. Just go on YouTube and watch the cutscenes. It's his own movie in his own right. Okay, this wasn't necessary. Naughty Dog, HBO. we didn't ask for this. You guys offered. So
better not fail.
Man, better not fail.
You better not fail. So
I've never played it, so.
Oh yeah, bro. It's official.
It really is. It really is. Honestly, truly. If it was a movie, it would have won an award. That's guaranteed. So,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, we got somebody coming from y'all gonna stay locked in for this. From the Power universe, Miss Chanell from Power Book 4, Force, will be joining us. Y'all stay locked in. Just Acting Up Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest. We are honored here at Just Acting Up Show. We got to clap it in for this young lady. Chanell Bell, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, welcome. Good morning again. I know you bright and early like the orange juice. So thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
Are we on the same time zone?
I believe so. Central.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, we all on the same time zone.
Yeah,
So
I usually wake up like at 6 a.m. So this is kind of like a little bit later for me.
really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm an early bird.
You the early bird. Everybody's still knocked out of sleep. And you
Yeah.
hey man. That's good because that's how I am too. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we already know about the show that you're on, Power, but let's take it back and tell us
Force.
of
You gotta put the
Power.
force behind it.
I gotta put the force behind it. Put the force. Appreciate it for correcting me. So tell us how was your life before you got casted into Power Force? What was going on in Chanell Bell's life?
I'm a professional like working actor, and I've been that for some years now. But as y'all know, I'm based in Chicago. And so I actually took a break from acting. So I don't know how far back you want me to go, but so basically in a nutshell, I went to Howard University to get my BFA. HU. Yes. Yeah. Went to Howard, got my BFA in acting, and then I like acted some, but I just was kind of like, I was very young when I went to school, like younger than everybody else. So I was very much still developing as a person, like what did I want, like kind of how I saw the world. And I just felt like I needed to like live because I for whatever reason, I felt like I didn't have that much to give to like the craft of storytelling. So I just wanted to like live a little bit. So like I traveled and I lived in different cities and stuff and just kind of got a feel for things. And then I met up with this, I got connected to this actress, Angela Robinson. She's on the Have and Have Nots and like a whole bunch of stuff. I got connected to her, and she kind of became my mentor, her and her husband. And they were like, you should probably go to grad school. And I was like, oh, I just spent a whole lot of money, 4 years of education. Like, I don't see why I would go to grad school for acting again. Like, you either have it or you don't, at this point. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, grad school, like if you want to like, have like longevity, like a career that you can be acting like a Meryl Streep or like a Cicely Tyson, like in your 90s. A lot of that is not just, a lot of what we do is not just emotion and heart. A lot of it is technique, so that you can actually sustain your physical self, your voice, your body, all of it, your health. And so they was like, you could develop that kind of stamina going to grad school. So I applied to a couple schools and they told me to go to DePaul. They was like, put DePaul on your list. So I did. And, DePaul is in Chicago and I got accepted and I went. So I basically took like a big break from the business, went back to school for 3 years. Then I graduated. And when I graduated, I just basically hit the ground running out here. Like Chicago has been so good to me. Like I've just stayed employed as an artist, which is only a blessing to say, because, so many artists, we have survival jobs. We do, 10 different things to stay afloat. But, once I graduated, I was able to really just work on my craft. And mostly what I was doing was stage. I'm a stage actress is what I call myself. So I'm always doing a show. So booking, and I did some TV and film, but booking Power and having such a bigger role than I'd ever had, it just kind of gave me like a blood taste for more TV and film. Cause it's just like I don't know if y'all act. Y'all act, right? Do y'all act?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so smart. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know that TV and film, it's just a totally different beast than stage, like what you can do and the kind of stories that you can tell. And it's just and it pays better. So it kind of gave me like a sense of like, oh, I do want to do TV and film. So that's kind of how it kind of has changed my career. And I'm transitioning out of doing so much stage because when you do stage, you kind of lock your schedule in for months. And you really can't do a lot of TV and film. So yeah, so I'm kind of turning the corner where I'm doing more TV and film, and it's exciting, and we'll see how far I go.
Cool. Let's go back a little bit further.
Okay.
What or who got you into acting when you was 9 years old?
Yeah, I did my first stage play when I was 9. But before that, I was in the 2nd grade, and there was this play that came to my elementary school, and it was done by all kids. And it was the first play that I ever seen. I'd never seen nothing like it. I'd never even heard anybody tell me that there was a thing called a play. I'm from Virginia, so we didn't have a lot of arts in that area. So I saw this play at my school, and I was shook. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I want to do that. And I'm like a really big introvert. So I really don't, like, if I'm in a crowded room, I'm not like taking up space. I'm not really like speaking all, trying to be the center of it. So seeing those kids take up so much space and be so loud with their voices and be like the spotlight, I was like, I could mess with that. Like, I could get down with that. So I went home and told my mom, like, I want to be an actor, I think. And she just kind of got me into it. I auditioned to be in a play when I was 9. So like 2 years after that. And I booked it, and I acted in it. And then I didn't act again until I went to Howard. So it's kind of like a long, like a big gap.
That's awesome. And so now with everything that's happened, the Force, which was a great season, by the way.
Thank you.
How has life changed now since the show's aired?
I think that the biggest change, which I'm like really trying to get adjusted to, is the visibility that I have now. Like, nobody, people that know me, but for people to know me, like, walking down the street now and somebody being like, oh my God, but like kind of freaking out too, not just being like, oh, hey, you're in power, but like kind of freaking out. And I'm like I was walking to the train. I was walking to the train the other day, and this young Black woman, she kind of did a double take at me, and I'm just thinking that, sister to sister, like, hey sis, what up? And I keep, walking, but when I walk past her, she's like, oh my God. And I turn around and she's like, like she starts freaking out. And I was like, what? Like, what? And she's like, power. And I was like, oh shit.
I forgot.
Like, I'm not used to that at all. And so now, like when I travel out of state now, like going to some states and being in a restaurant or being at a, wherever, and people coming up to me and approaching me and telling me that they like my work, it's all like overwhelming. So I think the visibility is the biggest change right now. And then like, on that inside level, like also having visibility amongst people in the industry too. Right. So like directors, producers, so like that feels good. And that's exciting because that's just going to be more doors to, open. So yeah.
Gotcha. Love it. So let's switch gears for a little bit. Now, I taken notice that you have your own cosmetics, right? Is that right? Your own cosmetics. And I was looking, yeah. So tell us a little bit more about that, because I was looking at it. I'm like, hey, sis, yes, I love it.
Yeah. So basically what I have is I retail beauty products from Black artisans. So I kind of started with like a subscription box service where if you subscribe every other month, you get a box full of like beauty products, self-care products, and it's all Black owned, it's all Black made.
Yeah.
I launched it in 2020 right after George Floyd was murdered.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because, well, first of all, when COVID hit and then Black Lives Matter Part 2 happened, we as artists, and James, like our industry completely stopped.
Yeah.
Like there was no plays, there was no sets, nobody was filming. So it kind of, a lot of artists went for a while without working. And so it gave me like time off to recalibrate my mind and decide like, how did I want to respond to this moment as an artist, as a Black woman, you know, as an American, all those things. And I decided that I wanted to try to create more equity as far as like money goes, you know, for young entrepreneurs and also for young Black artisans. And so having COVID and George Floyd, that gave me the opportunity to do something else outside of acting. And so, yeah, it's kind of like it's a business, but it's more like, it's something a little bit more personal to me. So right. It's not anything that I'm like, buy products, you know, it's like, it's just, it means a little bit more. So the people that subscribe to my boxes, we have relationships. Like I talk to my customers and, you know, it's a real intimate type of thing. And that's what I wanted to continue to be until it expands. But yeah.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that. And I think that was such well, it still is crazy times we're living in with not trying to get too political and everything with, you know, the police shootings and all that and everything. But I think during this pandemic era that we live in, us as artists, all four of us, we were trying to find something to channel that energy and that just channel all that and express ourselves and be that light during the times that it was just dark. And I think what you doing that was beautiful. So,
thank you.
Yeah, so that's beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So as you know, further your career, do you have any aspirations to do any work behind the camera as well? Yeah,
I actually write. I'm a writer. So like I've been working on a couple pilots.
What?
Hey, I'm sorry, we do a little bit of writing and we do a little bit of something too.
What y'all be doing? Y'all be writing too?
Yeah.
What you doing, Mike?
Come on, Chanell. Come on now.
I want to know.
Go ahead.
Mike, what you be writing?
My life story now.
That's good.
we definitely work on comedy. We all have our own thing as well, as far as like even in the action superhero space and drama, even in the zombie world, we have our own.
Oh yes.
We work on. So we all bring a different writing skill to the talent. So we love to hear what other writers come on and actors that's doing some of the same things and working on their own thing, because we like to see that, you know, you're multifaceted. You know, you have your business, you know, your writing, your acting. It's like, that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I actually started writing. Right now I'm writing. I used to write fantasy, but now it's kind of more like fantasy sci-fi. And it centers around like us in sci-fi. Because I don't know how y'all feel about sci-fi, American sci-fi, but it usually don't include us in the narrative. Or if we are in a narrative, we either the scientist that's dead first, or, you know what I'm saying? Like we are the one Black person on the spaceship that makes it to Mars or the next planet. So that means that if procreation happens, it ain't gonna be no more Black folks. So it kind of bothers me that they'll just throw one of us in there as if that is enough to create a whole new world, you know? So sci-fi used to feel very, what's the word? Like, excluding, like it felt like it excluded us.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, I started writing sci-fi and I like really fuck with it real hard. And I think Black folks in sci-fi and horror is like really interesting.
Oh, that Black horror hit different. We talk about that on the show every now and then, like Jordan Peele and that show Them on Amazon is
Amazon.
Yeah, it is tough. So we found a good lane with Black horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see more come out too, because I think that like Jordan Peele is kind of opening that door for people who already like us that already want to do horror. And for whatever, I don't know, for whatever reason, white folks, I don't know why they don't see us in it, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, it's a flip because they kill us off so easily. So now we survive.
Right.
You're telling it from their perspective. That's why we need us back there writing the story, so we can tell it from our perspective.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, Chanel, we needed you in Lovecraft Country. We needed you in these other schools.
Listen,
Yeah,
We need
we
need
did.
you.
I was so disappointed they canceled that show.
I
Yeah.
know, I know. But Misha Green got that deal with, I think it's with Apple TV, like a multi-million-dollar deal.
Mhm.
So I know she's over there. I know she's gonna cook up some really dope stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So let's go ahead and start. I know people always, whenever they watch our show, they're like, "When y'all gonna talk about the like?" Look, we like to talk to people, man. We like to the conversation. It's healthy conversation rules the nation, and we like to get to know people when they come on. So we can go ahead and let's get into Power real quick and Force, Power Book Force. Let's talk about your character real quick. Let's talk about it. So when you was approached with this character, of course, tell us about your experience when you found out about the character that you was going to be playing.
Well, it's so funny because Power, they do a really good job with like protecting like their story, because they don't want it to leak, yada yada yada. So what they do is kind of when they're adding new characters to the universe and then they're reaching out to different actors for auditions, everything is very discreet, everything is very protected and private. So you don't really get a lot of information. You get just enough information about the character so that you can like create an audition around it, and then they'll see if they're vibing with what you bring to the table. So for my character, like the little bit of information that I got, I was like, is she Walter White? Like, right? Like,
I forgot about old White.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, she's a Black Walter White. Like,
right.
she's Heisenberg, right? She's
Heisenberg,
She's Heisenberg. And so that's kind of how I approached it. I was like, okay, she's brilliant. She's brilliant. She's at the top of her field, but there's something in her that's a little dark, that wants to kind of get a little dirty in that world. And so I don't know, I just kind of tried to see what it would be like to be a Black woman with that much power.
Right.
That much power. And the producers liked what I brought to the table and ended up offering me the role. And once I actually got cast in it and was able to read the scripts and like understand what the actual role was, I was like, oh, so she kind of like, she's curious about this world, but then the world, like as soon as she touches it, it just just completely traps her. And now it's like she's a little bit in under her head. She's a lot of it in under her head. And having these like there was a couple scenes that was like not included in this season where my character was able to talk a little bit more about how I felt in the mix of all of this. And I had this one monologue where I talked about like, I really started off wanting to help people, like as a chemist. Like I thought that I was going to create the cure to cancer or some shit, and now I'm here cooking drugs and it kind of feels good, but I'm torn morally. And so I had this like whole dilemma, and I'm me and Tommy, we had this scene in the lab where we're talking, and he's just like, you either in or you out, doc. And I'm like, I'm in. So they cut that scene, and I understand why, because they cut a lot of, y'all know they cut a lot of stuff in TV shows or whatever. But it was something that I kind of held on to as I continued to craft a character, like her being kind of like just torn all the time and scared, but it feels good, and all of those things. So it was interesting to play Dr. Lauren.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you was a gunner for a second.
What you mean?
Every time they was like, I'm trying to get out, let me get away out of town. You try to make a run for it, but then she rolled up on you. And I was like, but it looks like you made it out the season alive. So
it's crazy because every episode the fans was like, she did, and I'm like, dang.
It's like you was working with some people, and oh man, they gonna kill her.
I know.
Quick.
On set with Joseph Sikora, what was that experience like?
Man, Joseph is so and Joseph knows this because I told him privately, but like Joseph has been one of my favorite actors for like the last like 7 years, almost a decade. And I've watched everything he's done. And I remember watching, it was like season 5 of Power. And I was in grad school at the time. So all I'm doing is like consuming people's work and kind of looking at it from like a student standpoint. So I'm watching season 5 of Power, and he does this one scene, and I'm like, this man is so brilliant. Like, he is such a good actor. And I would really be honored to act opposite him. Like, I really feel like if I ever acted opposite him, he would bring something out of me that, you know, that would just be cool. And then I got cast in Power, and it was crazy. It was really surreal approaching it, because at the end of the day, y'all, like, a lot of these celebrities that I ain't gonna say a lot, but some of these celebrities that we know and love are not the nicest people on set.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And it can be very disappointing when you meet the person that you look up to and then they're like a dick. But he was the person that I hoped he would be. He was so freaking kind and humble, like humble to the point where I'm like, dang, like, you're not like, he's just so, like, he's not walking around big headed at all. You know, right. He'll sit beside you in between takes, talk about the character, run lines, talk about life, like, be like, I wonder what they're gonna do next. Like, he's so in it and so humble and curious, just like I was. And, you know, eventually one day on set, I was like, I gotta tell you, and I hope it's not weird, but I gotta tell you that I've admired you for a while as an actor. And it's an honor to act opposite you. He was like, I think you're amazing, Chanell. And I was like, what? Me? He's like, you're an amazing actress. And I'm like, so to hear that from somebody who I looked up to, it was like, damn, kind of shook me. He's amazing. He's generous, scene partner, all that stuff. Yeah.
All of y'all seem like it. And y'all, all of the characters in this, the chemistry is just on point. And I'm glad that you said that your character, you feel as if like she's, of course, well, first and foremost, I'm glad that you're highly educated, your character.
Same.
On and off screen. I'm pretty sure like you from grad school and everything. And I love seeing that. And what you just telling us that your character is like, I'm all about my business. I'm trying to, make a cure for cancer or whatever, but you also like a tidbit of danger. And I see that now, right when you said that line, when he was like, you want to try some of this real quick, Doc? And I saw how you was like, yeah, let me go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, you like slow. Yeah, let me go. I mean, I bet you've been around it all day in the lab cooking. Like, I mean, when you cooking food, when you cook, I don't know if you vegan or whatever, but when you cooking up some food in the kitchen, you want to sample a little bit. So, the Doc was in on that. So yeah, that was good. Beautiful.
Yeah. And it's also crazy because that particular day when we were filming, we kind of, and that's one thing I love about the producers and the creators of Power. When we get on set, if we do the scene and something's not working, they let us be like, can we explore some stuff? And they let us kind of massage it. And I love that. And that particular scene, it was actually originally written that I was supposed to like, oh, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow and leave. And then they were going to do the Dahlia by themselves and turn up. And our showrunner was like, what if she stays? Like, what if she tastes her own product? And I was like, y'all think Dr. Lauren would do that? So we had this whole conversation and I'm like, let's just try it. And we tried it and it felt right. It felt right because it kind of, like you said, it added it to that storyline where she's like, I do want to do this, I don't. And then when we see her actually do the Dahlia, it's like it's a different type of implication. Like she is cooking, but now she's using. So like, what does that mean for her? Can she ever go back to Dr. Lauren, the scientist, whatever. So I really like that they let us add that in.
Yeah.
Okay.
It worked. It worked.
As much as you can tell us, I know you limited on what you can say, but what do you see what's next for Dr. Lauren? This
is what I will say. first of all, I have no idea. I have no idea, like that. They really do a good job at like separating the actors from the writing room, and I appreciate that, right? Because it can get kind of muddy, but nobody is safe in power.
Mm.
And that's something that every episode last season, you know, I'm like, okay, I am in this episode, cool. Like nobody is safe, and you know, best case scenario, I'm throughout the whole season, and they develop, you know, my character. And right now it kind of ended where Claudia kidnaps me again as I try to escape, and gets this information out of me about JP. And you know, they don't really show how she gets this information out of me. So for all I know, season 2 could open and I could be tied to a chair, beat the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Like, or I could be totally cooking for this new family, or I could be on a jet, you know. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm very excited to see. We start filming next week, so I'm very excited to see what it's gonna be. I literally have no idea, Chris.
Yeah. Let's see.
What do y'all think? Like, what do y'all think is gonna happen?
Man, now you're getting the writer and me involved. Well, all of us now. Let me see. I think Claude is gonna keep you all to herself, and she gonna keep that you like that cash cow right now.
Because they not gonna kill you. They gonna treat you like Jesse. on Breaking Bad. On Breaking Bad. They don't treat you locked up like Jesse.
You're not a formula.
We need you. We need you. You need to ask the people that behind the scenes, like, hey, so y'all gonna be taking care of me, right? Y'all gonna give me, like, hook me up with the lavish meals. Y'all gonna hook me up with the nice gifts. Like, ask them for that.
I mean, I will say that I would like to see Lauren have a little bit more agency, because it does seem like she's just being like, like the cash cow is being kind of cashed out, like everybody's just kind of passing the cash cow around. And I'm like, it would be nice to see her kind of be more like, okay, we equal now. We all equal partners if I'm gonna be in that. So, but you know, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
Hopefully they'll let you go on your next date on the show without a third party.
A chaperone. She had a chaperone.
Was just about to ask you about that. I know that had been awkward. Well, I'm trying to go.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. That was definitely them trying to massage the relationship between Lauren and Liliana. And honestly, Audrey, who plays Liliana, like, being able to spend that time with her, like when we were filming that scene, like we actually have like a real friendship outside of the work. And so it's really cool. It was really cool because I feel like if that scene was not in there, I don't know if I would have been able to connect to that actress in that way, because all the other scenes, we have like really short scenes, or we have like group scenes with like Claude and Tommy. So I appreciated the date scene just because of that. But it was weird as hell. That was.
I'm like, why I gotta go on a date with this? Like, can you stay in the car or something? Like,
right, you at the table? What?
Man, messing up her game, man. She's trying to enjoy herself and love her life and enjoy her life, man.
Right.
So, my goodness. So, a few more things, and we'll get you out of there because we know that you get going. So, Power Book Force. Now you was on. Well, that's why I want to ask you first before I get in that. So, tell us a little. I can't help but notice the artwork you got set up behind you. Now, I know you're a poet as well.
Yes.
And I kind of do see a little bit of that in your acting as well too, because I use that as a weapon when I'm acting. But tell me a little bit about the artwork you got back there.
So this is actually from Bisa Butler. I don't know. Do y'all know Bisa Butler? She's a young Black woman that she basically quilts these, like, I'm gonna take this down. So this is just like a print of it, but in real life, this is like a quilt.
Oh, okay, nice.
And it's huge. It like hangs on the wall. And so she basically takes like different pieces of fabric and she like paints with it, like creates different. She's freaking amazing. If you go on Instagram and type in Bisa Butler, she recently did one of Chadwick Boseman as a tribute. And I think she also just did one of Questlove. I think right after he won that Oscar for Summer of Soul, which I hope y'all have seen because it's phenomenal. Yeah, and then this one is done by my little cousin. She's a painter. She's trying to like get her stuff, going. But her name is Lavelle, and she painted this orange. It is an orange.
But it is orange. All right, if she said it was an orange, it's an orange. Because I got ADHD. I was paying attention to that the whole interview. But, it's an orange. It's a nice orange.
It's an orange. And then this painting, I got this at this little festival out here in Chicago. Another Black artist. Her name is Dana Todd Pope. And this is called Surrounded by White Space or something like that. Surrounded by Whites or something like that. And I just really loved it. I thought that it just kind of spoke to me and reminded me of how I felt as a little girl, just feeling, I don't know, constantly unsure of self. Nice. So, but all around my apartment, I have Black art everywhere and also art that I've painted and all that.
Nice, beautiful, love it. Thanks for sharing that. I was looking because, like, I just like if I see some art, like if I'm walking downtown or whatever, I'm like, something about that art looks something and just draws you into it. So that's all I had to ask about that.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
One last thing, and we'll get you out of here. Who does Chanell see her? Who do you see yourself working with soon? Who would you love to work with? Take your time. As she ponders.
I have a list of people that I pray to God I can work with. William Jackson Harper is one person. Do y'all know him?
Yeah. His name sounds very familiar.
He's The Good Place. He was on The Good Place.
Okay.
Love Life season 2. He's just I love that he's a leading man, but he's like a different kind of leading man. He's kind of quirky. And I consider myself that way. Like I'm a leading woman, but I'm kind of quirky. I'm kind of different, like, and than your average ingenue. And I'm really drawn to his work. I also really love Domingo Coleman.
Okay. Yes, he's a very good actor.
I always switch his name. I'd be like Coleman Domingo.
I know what you're talking about.
Right.
The Walking Dead, Candyman.
He's freaking brilliant. He started off like us, like writing. Like he writes plays, and he acts, and he does all these. He's really smart and really brilliant. And I don't know if y'all were able to see Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Yep.
With Viola Davis, but he killed it. Like he just has this like finesse in his work that I'm like. Did y'all see Zola?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen it.
Man, y'all should watch that. It's really phenomenal. He's in that as well. And he has a range. He has like a range that I find like that I aspire to have. Where he could just do any character and it's so believable and real and grounded. So those two, I wouldn't mind working with like Lakeith Stanfield. He's really interesting to me and dope. That's 3 Black men. I'm trying to think of any women. I have a lot of women that I would love to work with. Honestly, I could get down with Tessa Thompson too. Like, some young Black women on screen. Like, yeah.
I can see that. Tessa Thompson. Yeah, I feel like I think with you having a theater background, you have the range. You can find it and narrow it out. And like you being a poet, like when I saw that you're a poet, I'm like, what? You a poet too? Like, come on, sis. Like, So we're looking forward to seeing you in more things. I think Sky is just like you just about to. Yeah, it's coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's one question that has been burning for me to ask you.
What, Mike?
And the people must know. How come you have a car and Tyreek don't?
Wait, I have a what?
You have a car.
A car?
A car. Don't you have a car?
I do have a car on the show.
On the show.
I do.
Okay. Because everybody on the Chicago show got either a BMW or a Rolls Royce or what is it, a Lambo. Tyreek, all he got a $2 day pass.
Oh, I never noticed that. But
Yeah.
don't he have a driver though? He's like grown up with drivers.
No, he Flintstone. He busting it.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe they trying to give him like the real city experience or something.
He used to say that too. He's like, damn man, nobody want to give me no ride.
That's hilarious. I never noticed that.
Yeah, like, well, you know, you got so much going on with trying to remember lines and everything. I mean, even Tyreek said it on his. He's like, why I be doing all this stuff for this family and ain't nobody give me a ride?
Yeah,
So-
That's hilarious. Now I gotta watch. Now I gotta pay attention.
Go back and watch it. Like everybody is pulling up. Even Mary J. Blige got a BMW. Everybody got a car.
That's
Hey,
hilarious. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get that together.
But we're gonna let you go because I know you got to get out of here.
Yes.
You're a busy woman too. So
Yes.
with that being said, peace and blessings to you. Be safe.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you so much
you.
for this.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you very
thanks,
much.
y'all. And blessings back to you and to your show. I hope you continue to get some cool artists up here. And it's really cool because I almost feel like your show will have like artists right before they take off. Not like saying that about myself, but like it seems like y'all like would be able to like reach those people that's like right about to like blow up. And that's really dope. That's really dope. So
Oh, why you trying to make me cry today, girl? Man,
Try them throw tears again.
the poet cries.
Right? Straight up, man. We look forward to working with you one day. I'm already speaking into existence. I'll be on set with you. Or
Yes.
myself, Chris, and Mike, all three of us be on set with you.
Absolutely. And let's keep writing, y'all, because we really got to create this content. There's a lot of money out there. There's a lot of people. And right now, I feel like it's our time for young Black creatives. Like people want to see our stories right now. And so, yeah, just stay encouraged, stay motivated, keep believing in y'all shit.
Yes, ma'am. Will do.
Thank you again and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, y'all. Bye.
Be safe. Ooh, it's that time again. About to go into the Just Act. I don't have an intro music song for this. Chris does that part, ladies and gentlemen. Chris, tell us who gets the award today.
All right. Acting a fool this week. Well, I didn't know what I was going to use this week, but then I came across this story. Ever hear those stories where somebody had that long lost love that they were trying to find and go back and find them? This is a similar story, but with a twist, right? So 10 years ago, Kaylee Williams was on a girls' trip in Magaluf, Spain, right? And her friends met a group of men. They struck up a quick friendship, and the newfound friendship resulted in one of the men getting the name tatted on her butt, right? It was a drunken night. The dude offered to pay for it. She got the tattoo, and because drinking, she went along with it, right? Now she's age 32, and she's actually looking for the guy.
Oh, hell no!
She told the New York Post that she's been thinking about him lately and wants a reunion. So 10 years ago, she even had check this out, she had a boyfriend at the time, and she thought it was a good idea, right? That's what's fun. And the dude's name is not even a unique name. It's like Daniel Ford.
Oh, hell no!
So she's been going around Spain trying to find this guy whose name she got like tatted on her butt.
Boy.
So you know what time it is. Chris's jokes here.
Here it goes.
I don't know. I'm like, wonder what music is. Well, one, she's going around showing her butt to people. Like, hey, are you this guy? He may be singing Eminem. Like, hi, my name is. Get it? No. Okay. No. Okay. So what about this one? Well, I know what song she was probably jamming the night she got the tattoo. Doing the butt. No. Oh, I gotta laugh out of mic.
Yeah,
Laugh out of mic.
that was a good one. I like
That's
that
good.
one.
That's a good one.
one.
I wonder how awkward it was for her boyfriend at the time though when she came back with a dude's name on her butt.
Just random.
Who is Daniel Ford?
Daniel Ford.
What lie did she come up with? Oh no,
Boy,
my cousin, twice removed.
I met your whole family. I don't know anybody, but I know the damn name Daniel Ford.
how much it costs to get a tattoo removed?
Ooh, I heard it costs a lot of money. It costs more than a tattoo placed on your body.
Ooh,
I heard it's painful too.
Yeah,
I've
it
heard.
is. Yeah. Yeah, they said it's just best to get it covered.
Ooh.
The things you do in your 20s.
Yeah.
No, she's actually looking for the guys, but I'm like, the name is so generic. You just can't go around to random people like, hey, is this your name?
What is he?
They should look good. They may be like, yeah, that's my name. I'm Daniel Ford.
Hey, boy. These people here, boy.
Good.
Need to stop. Just stop. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get into the balancing act. We're going to talk about some things. Well, y'all stay locked in. Just Acting Up Show. All right, good people. Let's talk about this real quick. How can I start this off? Take a look. It's in a book. It's reading rain. Y'all know the song, man. But back, come on now. I can go anywhere. We all know them. We know it. We know it. I have to acknowledge this, brother. We haven't acknowledged somebody in quite some time, and this brother needs this acknowledgement because he's been putting in work for. Woo, was it Roots? I think the first. I think
Roots of Kente.
yeah, man. So got to acknowledge the brother LeVar Burton to receive Lifetime Achievement Award at New Children's Emmys. So goes on to say, the article goes on to say, this year Children's and Family Emmy Awards will debut, and on a debut too. What? Not bars. Come on, man. Will debut, and the iconic children's television host LeVar Burton will be honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award. Well deserved. Burton, who hosted Reading Rainbow for more than 23 years, is a longtime literacy advocate and multiple-time Emmy winner. He currently hosts the podcast LeVar Burton Reads, in which he narrates stories, The Roots, and Star Trek Next Generation. We know, come on now. I remember that show because that's the show my dad used to fall asleep on. The show was great, but he used to come home late at night and fall asleep. And every time I would get up and try to turn the television, he would get up out of his deep sleep and say, I'm watching it, and fall right back to sleep with his head dipped into his chest like a pigeon. And then I turn on Reading Rainbow. Well, come on, man. So, yeah, come on.
I'm gonna tell you what he really made popular through it out was those glasses. Those glasses, man. Come on, man. Come on.
They still fly.
Yeah, they still fly. They can go. They can go.
Straight up.
He made reading so interesting. Just you see, guys. Like the way he was just holding the book. I used to watch that as a kid. Like, yeah,
man. Oh, yeah. So Burton, the article goes on to say Burton wears many hats, including actor, director, author, and educator. In addition to his Emmy Awards, Burton has won a Grammy Award for spoken word album, the Fred Rogers Award, and many other accolades. The city of Sacramento dedicated LeVar Burton Park in his honor. I didn't know that. Wow. And under President Bill Clinton, he was appointed to the National Commission on Libraries and Information Sciences. Shout out to LeVar Burton, man. We appreciate you. We thank you. You taught us that reading was cool, man. And we're just speaking to Chanell earlier. Black people getting into sci-fi, Star Trek, show that we can do it. What?
Yeah.
From roots to what?
Yeah, like Black futurism. He was leading the way in that. Look that up, y'all. Y'all know what that is. Like, look up Black Futurism.
Hey, so yeah, man. Yeah, so yes, indeed. LeVar Burton, thank you, King. Appreciate you for everything you have done and what you continue to do. Let's clap it in. Clap it in. Clap it in. Clap it in. Another great show in the books, man. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. Great guest. Shout out again to Chanell Bell. You're gonna go very far. I think I'm looking forward to see what you do real soon. So keep going, keep doing you. Amazing. Something about the guests that come on our show, and when we talk to them and we just get to know them, and they just so chill, man. It's just amazing. So thank you again, Chanell. Chris, you got anything for us, brother?
Yeah, positive quote of the day. Let's see. Let's go with this one. Failure will never overtake you if your determination to succeed is strong enough. Plain and simple.
Well, I dig it.
Yeah.
Bars.
And normally I end it with a joke or one-liner, but I have to address this. This happened Friday morning, not that far from my home. I want to say like 5 minutes away, probably in the same neighborhood. 16-year-old girl from Nimitz High School, Lauren Jamal, shot to death while at home with her mom's boyfriend. Boyfriend was 60-year-old boyfriend. The mom was out of town. Yeah, pretty sad. Very sad news. Hearts and prayers go out to that family. Hearts and prayers go out to the mom. I know me and my wife and my sister-in-law and brother-in-law have been talking about this like the last 2 days when it happened. It's crazy because I was at work and my ring community picked it up and they was like, hey, there's a lot of police presence going on, blah, 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 blah. And as soon as I got home, and then my sister-in-law told my wife, and my wife told me, I was like, oh, so that's what that was. But yeah, it's pretty sad news, man. Hearts and prayers go out. That really tugs at my heart, man, because you just don't never know with the people that you bring into your life. So I say all that to say this. If you're out dating and you have kids, put your kids first. Please put your kids first. Yeah. Put your kids first. You have to watch out who you bring into men and women. You have to watch out who you bring these men and women around your kids, man, because you just don't never know. You just do not never know. So, yeah, hearts and prayers go out to them, man. Seriously.
Yeah, appreciate you for sharing that. Yeah, be careful out there, man.
Yeah.
And that's gonna do it for us, y'all. Take Mike's words of advice. Take Chris' words of advice. And summertime is coming around. If you barbecue, invite your boys, please.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Put some ribs on there, play. Hey, probably get like James though. I know a lot of us trying to get springtime. I know y'all seen that skit. Yeah. Trying to get in summertime shape. I know y'all like, whoo.
Yeah, that boy James had the eye of the tiger on the cream of the fight.
Boy, I'm struggling, boy. I gotta stop taking videos of me struggling.
Well, I played a game of 21 with my son. Woo! It was over. Oh my God.
You know when you used to have energy all day when we was younger?
Man, I remember me and Chris used to play a game 21 back to back.
Back in the day, we used to go all day.
All day long, me with my broken jump shot. But you know what? To all the people out there, have a good, blessed day. Let's just admire.
Okay, it's time to show.
We in the draft again. Chanell Bell, her art. This is my art. This is my art. Oh, graceful one.
Oh man.
I had to. We drafted everybody.
Hey, it's show's over, y'all. Like, peace.